Hi, I'm Marcy. Welcome to ADHD, Strategies for Parents and Teachers. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a condition that affects individuals' ability to focus, regulate their activity level, and control impulsive behavior. It affects the frontal lobe of the brain, which influences our ability to plan and organize, ignore distractions, and control impulsive behaviors. There are three types: inattentive, hyperactive, impulsive, and combined. In the inattentive type, we see children who often lose things, they're forgetful, they are easily distracted, and they fail to finish tasks or activities, or they fail to finish their homework. They appear as if they're not paying attention, they make careless mistakes, and they may miss details in their work. In the hyperactive impulsive type, we see children who fidget, squirm in their seat, they have difficulty staying in their seat, they may climb or run around when it's not appropriate, they have difficulty waiting their turn, and they often will blurt out answers, often interrupt or talk excessively. In the combined type, we see both types of behavior. So we have the inattentive type, but then we also have some hyperactivity as well. One thing to be aware of is that just because a child displays some of these behaviors, they may not necessarily have ADHD. Children can be misdiagnosed because they often will have other issues that look like ADHD behaviors. These contributing factors include a lack of discipline that cause disruptive behavior. A child may be a slow learner who is struggling with the content in class and it just can't keep up, so it appears like they're just not interested, when really they're just struggling. Gifted students who may find the material too easy and they're not being challenged. And then finally, anxiety and depression can also cause behaviors that look like ADHD. It looks like somebody's not paying attention. It looks like they're easily distracted when it's really anxiety or depression that's causing it. If you're a parent, it's really important to get the help you and your child need. Talk to your child's teacher if they're struggling or you see some of the behaviors that we've talked about. Open communication is one of the most important things you can do. Talk with your child about their experiences and talk with your child's teacher about making a plan for success. It's also important to maintain that communication on an ongoing basis. It's also important to see your child's strengths and not just the struggles they are having in school. Identify what your child does well and what they're good at. On that same note, provide plenty of positive reinforcement and give them praise when they're doing well or engaging in appropriate behavior. Set clear rules and make sure you're being consistent with enforcing the rules. This is an important concept for children both at home and at school. You can implement self-monitoring strategies at home in which your child learns to keep track of their own behavior. This can be as simple as recording how many minutes they stayed on task or how many days during the week they finished their homework. To help your child stay organized, you can provide different colored folders for each subject or assignments. Set aside a specific folder to keep assigned tasks or messages from the teacher. Implement some type of time management system or put events or deadlines on the calendar so that it's easily seen. Finally, it's important to get connected with professionals or other parents to give you the support you need. This can be a therapist or a parents group. Next, we'll talk about classroom strategies for teachers or for parents who are homeschooling. For teachers, it's important to have a structured environment. Make sure that the rules and schedule are posted where it's easily seen. Be consistent in your rules and the consequences of not following those rules. Use attention-getting devices such as a bell or raising your hand. Use the first part of the day to work on more difficult tasks or complex material that requires more focus. Avoid long lectures or long amounts of tedious work at the desk. Use a variety of ways to present materials, such as multimedia, technology, and demonstrations. Use multisensory strategies, such as hands-on activities. And decrease the length of tasks. So don't give students, decrease the length of your tasks or activities. It's better to present information and activities in short bursts of activity. Use cooperative learning groups and allow for students to move around the classroom and engage in discussion. Allow students to respond in a variety of ways, such as writing on a tablet, using a computer, artwork, or audio recordings. Give directions both orally and in writing. Teach students how to monitor their own behavior and keep track of their progress. There are self-regulation strategies, such as self-monitoring or self-evaluation, that can be used to help students monitor their progress and monitor their behavior and rate how they're doing. These types of strategies can raise students' awareness of their own behaviors, and studies have shown this actually helps to change the behavior. And finally, maintain open communication between students and parents. Keep parents updated on how their child is doing in the classroom, and stay apprised of how the child is doing at home, and send regular progress reports. It may seem overwhelming at times, but know that with the proper supports and strategies in place, students can succeed in the classroom and beyond.